You raise me up
So
so
what?
I can walk on water.
So good, Neil. You fun fact, you used to be in Mercy Me, didn't you? You got cut right before their big hit. I can only imagine what that feels like. That's what I'm here for. Thank you guys for coming. Hey, everybody.
If we end it right
There. Explaining Mercy Me. No.
A lot of people don't know
Don't know what.
as much as you know
About Mercy
about
Me.
Mercy Me. I actually don't know anything.
All I can know is whenever anybody asks, like, hey, what song should we play? I always say, I can only imagine. Every time. That's my first go-to, and I will never change it. Hey, guys, what's up? My name is Tyler, and I'm here with probably the greatest person in the world.
No,
Is that what you tried to say before? What did you tell me to tell him?
that's probably not it.
Probably exactly what
Hey,
it
my
was.
name's Neil. Glad you guys are here. This is the Explain Everything podcast.
What's up?
You are a lot smarter because you listen to this podcast. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
just want to say congratulations.
And it's not because we're smart. It's because we spend millions of hours a week researching these topics so that we can inform you. And then
I was going to say, wait a minute. Is that where it's going?
that's where
We
all the
spend our
Patreon dollars are going, is into the research.
Speaking of which, in case you don't know it,
What?
we have a Patreon page as well.
Oh, wow. What is that, Neil?
Well, we do a little explaining pop culture Patreon,
okay.
and it comes out. It's just not free. And if you don't know about it, that means because you're not subscribed to it.
I would pay upwards of $20,000 a week for that. How much does it cost? Just
It's
kidding.
not nearly that much.
No, it's much less than that.
It's much less than
costs 1 yacht a week. 1 yacht a week. That's actually going to be the first album name of my song for 1 yacht a week.
It's amazing.
Yeah, man. A lot
If
of
you
people
want to
know
do that, you can. We're going to be explaining something that I believe could make you the money that you need to be able to pay for our Patreon, and that is cryptocurrency.
Cryptocurrency. That's how Professor McGonagall
It's better
would
when
say
you
it.
say it like that.
Cryptocurrency. Harry Potter.
Crypto.
Cryptocurrency.
So cryptocurrency, a lot of people think that it's only Bitcoin, but we're going to explain a lot more than that.
We are actually launching our very own cryptocurrency.
Oh my
You can do that.
gosh.
You know you can do that.
Yes,
Yes.
there are thousands.
And people are like, oh, that's not real money. Money's not real. We made it up.
Yeah.
We said this has value.
We can print more.
We do.
Yes.
We
a
do.
lot.
That's literally why Germany entered World War II, because they were printing more money.
Give me
because
my
they had
stimmy
to-
money.
Give me that stimmy.
Papa Joe.
Papa Joe, Mama Comma, Daddy Trump. Y'all give me my stimmy money.
All right. We're
That's
going to
like my
explain
favorite
some cryptocurrency, and I think it's time.
I think it's time to what? Hear from, I don't know, the greatest musician the world has ever known.
Mercy me.
I can only imagine what Joseph Tilly sounds like when he sings our intro song now.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Tyler and Neil Explain Everything podcast. Now officially your fourth favorite podcast. Hit the subscribe button and make sure you go to patreon.com/explain everything to get exclusive episodes. Looks like we made it.
Like the end of Dirty Pop when Justin Timberlake was going through a beatbox phase.
Oh,
phase.
yeah.
You remember that?
Beatbox face.
Like you're sitting there listening to Dirty Pop, and he's like, I'm like, what are you doing, Justin?
Spitting.
Stop, straighten your hair and get it together.
Get a flat roller on that kid.
Yeah.
Flat roller?
Call
Flat
JC.
iron? Call JC.
Call
All right.
JC.
Cryptocurrency. Why is it important to you? What is cryptocurrency?
Are you asking me, or are you like prepping to tell?
No, I'm asking.
Because, okay, so it's essentially like digital money is what it is. It's a
Right.
digital currency. Now, here's the thing with bringing in any new type of monetary compensation, anything that can pay for something, anything that you can use to pay for something, people have to have a basis for what it's worth. And so they have everything in cryptocurrency is you can be like, oh, we're doing one, EE coin. That's an explain everything coin. Cool.
Oh.
Does that one equal $1? Does one of those equal a penny?
Right.
What is it?
You get to
what-
set that.
Yes, you have to determine what it's worth. And then honestly, with all of anything, the market determines what the value is.
With all of anything.
Yes, with all of everything, explain everything. So can you explain that in a better way than I just did? Because it is a hard concept, I think, for people to grasp, because it's like, oh, okay, so it's like $1. Okay, well, no, it is, but it isn't.
Yeah. So like with any money, you've got the dollar, you've got the yen, you've got the euro, you've got
Peso?
all the peso.
Okay, cool.
You also got guaco.
Guacamole.
That's right. 100%. Free shavakadu.
Fresh avocado.
There's a technology that cryptocurrency is based on, and that is called blockchain. We will get into that at another date. We could actually explain what blockchain is, but it is a digital signature. It's a digital money, basically. And the thing that most people don't know is everybody can see everybody else's balances.
It's got it's a wallet. They call it your digital wallet.
It is a digital wallet.
And there's different like add-ons you can get and different companies that have that app stuff that you can consolidate that in.
Yeah.
And then, but you said people can see that.
Yeah, it's a real system, but it only uses account numbers, so people can't really see your name on there, but they can see, hey, this account paid this much for this. This is what the transaction was, because it has to be based off of entirely open, like everyone can see everything. They may not know your name of who did what, but they verify everything. Yep. Right now, if you were to go to a bank and you were to pay whatever and get this loan or whatever, some of it is very, very hidden. They don't want you to see because they're dealing with private stuff. This is completely public.
Yep. And one of the benefits of that is you can go in and see what these like really rich people are investing in, what they're putting their money into. And you're like, oh, wow. I can just, it reminds me, have you ever seen the movie Sabrina? Do you remember that from like a long time ago? It had Harrison Ford in it. It was like one of his earlier movies.
Yeah, wait a minute. What is that? That's not Working Girl. Sabrina?
No. Sabrina.
No.
I'm pretty sure it's called Sabrina. It's about this lady who like she worked, her dad like drove a rich guy around. It doesn't matter. The whole reason I'm bringing it up
driving
is
Miss Daisy.
Yeah. Yes. So this is Morgan Freeman. He plays Sabrina. No, I'm just kidding. So anyways, the premise of the reason I'm bringing it up is that at the end of the movie, she wants to go do something and her dad's like, I'm actually a millionaire, because whenever I would hear the rich guy driving around, whenever he would talk about making stocks or investing, I did that. I did everything he recommended on the phone.
I got you.
And I did it. And so it's like you could actually mimic people who have had success in the market and then try to jump on their success. By the way, nothing we say today is official financial advice. Do not do things because we're like, yeah, invest in Dogecoin.
Well,
you should, because
we
know, because we Googled how to do it. And so
that's absolutely true.
That's absolutely true.
So if you were doing an exchange of Bitcoin, what it is there is a digital signature that's not unlike your actual signature that's created. It's a bunch of numbers. This is all based off of math and random numbers. So blockchain itself, which is what everything is based off of, cannot be broken, cannot be hacked. What happens is other users verify your transaction. We're going to use a bunch of different things, but ledger is a really important word. We'll come back to that. These transactions are verified by other users. So basically a thief cannot fake your signature because it is all math based. Let's say it like this. Right now, if you were to go write a check to pay for your Arby's order, when I haven't been to Arby's in like 30 years.
This is good.
Let's say you go to Arby's and you write a check. Arby's cashes that check and they send it to the bank. The problem is if somebody else got a hold of your checkbook and they also were to write a check, it's whoever cashes it first is actually going to get the money. So somebody were to try and fake something and write a fake check for your account. If it were to go to the bank says yes. If you were to say, no, that's not true, the bank has already cashed that check. That money's already gone through. What Bitcoin or what cryptocurrency does is it takes all of that out. It is immediate verification. It is a transaction that is verified by every other user and every other computer on the planet to basically make sure that this transaction is real and has gone through. So there is no way to actually cheat it or to have your money stolen when it is a cryptocurrency. Is that weird? It's a decentralized technology that is spread across the world on a lot of different computers. Is that a lot?
That's a lot. Okay, so if I'm trying to simplify that, if I'm trying to say, okay, what does that mean? It means it's cutting the banks out. Is essentially
completely.
What it's doing. It's a direct.
They hate it.
They absolutely hate it.
Right.
And one of the things, the biggest cryptocurrency in the world is Bitcoin, right?
Yep.
That's the one everybody
knows about.
So they do not know who created that, like who created Bitcoin. And they're worth I think it's like 80 something billion dollars is what they're worth.
Yeah.
Nobody knows who it is. They've never cashed out.
Nope.
There are a lot of theories going around that the banks found out who did it
Yep.
and they got rid of him.
They have a theory on they think they know who, but he's never going to say yes. And I'm going to butcher his name, but it's Satoshi Nakamoto is like a rumor, but they genuinely
still alive?
don't know. I think so.
Okay.
Yes, he might be in hiding though.
Oh yeah, no question. Especially if the banks think you did it and you're
Oh, gosh.
threatening hundreds of millions of their money, they're definitely gonna
100%.
want to protect that.
So there are over 5,000 different cryptocurrencies. There's not just one. Bitcoin is the first one that you think of because that name is the one that we talk about the most. There are some very creative cryptocurrencies. Coinye is a real cryptocurrency that is named after.
I mean, it's Kanye West.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah. Yay.
Yeah.
Haters.
Coinye. Coinye
Yeah.
is a real one.
Yeah.
There's one called Pizza Coin.
Pizza
It's
Coin.
legitimately, it was actually, so this is one of the very first, in May 22nd of 2010 is the first time that a cryptocurrency was ever used. A dude in Florida paid 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas. It's the first time that it was ever used.
That would be worth how much today?
Oh my gosh.
10,000 Bitcoin times what? What's it at? Like 32,000? It's a lot of zeros.
It's a lot of zero math. Tyler's going to do the math on that.
Let
See what
me
we did.
think.
See what we did. There's a big there's
That's
a
over $320 million
right.
for 2 pizzas.
Just think about that, man. Those better got the extra toppings on that. There is a cryptocurrency called Cabbage. There are over 5,000 of them, so there are quite a lot that out there.
Now, here's the thing. You can go buy like Bitcoin. You can go buy these digital currencies, or you can do what's called mining them.
Yep.
You can go out and like set up the computers and have it running. They're like, they've outlawed, Tesla was taking Bitcoin to buy their cars. You can set Bitcoin, and then they stopped and they said it was for environmental reasons because people literally have containers full of servers mining Bitcoin and making them money and building it out like as we speak. But there's a limit. There's a limit with most cryptocurrencies where it's like I think it's in what?
It will run out.
Yeah, there will be an end to that road for Bitcoin. Now, stuff like Dogecoin, like there's no limit. It could expand. It's unlimited. Like that's why some people don't see it as valuable because people could always mine it and it just the inflation keeps going up.
So it probably won't surprise you that China is the biggest cryptocurrency miner that is out there. Over 75% of mining networking comes from China, which makes sense. They've got a lot of computers that are out there working on this. In 2013, a guy named James Howells, you'll remember this.
Is that Howell or Howells?
Howells.
So there's more than one? Is it plural?
James Howells. That is a little confusing. James Howells. Yes, but what's his last name? James Howells. Right. How do you say his last name? So we mentioned that you can have a digital wallet, and this is like an actual wallet, but it's specifically for cryptocurrency. So he threw his hard drive out that had 7,500 Bitcoins on it.
Wow.
Bitcoin shot up in recent years, and he is trying to get his local city council to allow him to excavate a landfill to get his digital wallet back. He lives in the UK.
Yep.
Or Ireland.
Are you giving me the choice?
I don't know. Yeah, you get to pick.
Ireland. Is that how you? I'm not good at accents. I'm not good at accents.
That was great.
Thank you.
That was perfect. So, James, sorry for whatever country you actually live in. So, blockchain and Bitcoin are two totally different things. Blockchain is the system that all of cryptocurrency is actually based off of. If you think about it, there's a ledger sheet. Like if you had like a paper ledger and you're actually keeping track of everything, it's just a digital ledger. Everything is linked together by blocks and by chains. Those chains, you cannot hack it. The amount of effort that it would take to actually try and hack into a cryptocurrency through blockchain is not worth it, because as soon as you actually did crack the code, that chain is severed and you're not going to get to the next one because the system is too wide. This is supposedly the only unbreakable code that is actually out there. And blockchain is not the same as Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. It's the backbone or the spine that it's all built off of.
Man, that's one of the things that whenever you go and sign up for like a coin wallet or anything like that, whenever they're giving you your password, they are super like, hey, do not forget this password.
Oh, you're
'Cause
done.
They can't get it back. Like it's they give you that, and then they give you like a string of words that you can use to get
Yep.
it back. If you don't have those two, it's forgot my password. Email
You're not
me.
getting it back.
No, you're not getting it back. You gotta remember
They're
it.
not two-step authenticating your password.
No.
Hey, we just sent your phone a code.
Yeah.
Nope.
Click 38. You know,
It's not going to happen.
not gonna happen.
Some of the biggest names in cryptocurrency. Ethereum is probably one of. I would say it's kind of like the cool kid.
Well, it's the reason Ethereum works better is because it's tied to purchases. So, like, people are using Ethereum to purchase NFTs, non-fungible tokens. They are trying to buy those. Like Gary Vee, when he launched his big
There it
NFT
is.
project, he straight up connected it to Ethereum. He had to pay with Ethereum. And that's what, like, I was like, you know what? I'll buy it. I trust Gary Vee. Like, he's going to make things bigger and better. And
Yeah.
if he dedicates his life, he's like, I dedicate my life to make this valuable for y'all. I'm like, I'll believe him because that dude, he works.
That and the New York Jets.
And the Jets. Not Jets.
Not Jets.
And I was like, all right, I'll do it. And then like I got up and I was like, okay, they said you need to have at least, I want to say you had to have at least a half of an Ethereum or a whole Ethereum. I don't know what it was, but Ethereum started going up. It was like in the around $1,800. And then it got to like over 3,300. And I'm like, bro, I can't be tossing all this money. And then they did this bidding system when it came out. And I was like, oh, that's to start the bidding. I'm like, I'm going to have to pay like 3 Ethereum, which is equivalent to like 10 grand. I was like, I'm sorry, Gary. I love what you do, but I ain't got 10 grand to toss around. I'm no Neil's Great House.
It does sound like we're talking about like a cough drop. By the way, I got half an Ethereum, and I gotta hope that works because I'm not really sure. If this doesn't cut through my nasal blockage, I don't know. My moderate to severe plaque psoriasis needs Ethereum.
Ethereum. Don't forget to take 2 Dogecoins after you eat. So yeah, that's the thing. Like Ethereum is the one that is tied to a lot of NFTs, which are super popular, especially in the creator community.
They really are.
Explain everything NFT. It's probably going to happen at some point.
Oh, it should happen.
I'm dead serious. Like I think we should do it. I'm not joking.
Okay, let's push pause on this one.
Okay. On what I'm saying or on this entire episode?
Nope. And we're back.
And we're back. Excellent. We've got an NFT available for you guys on Patreon, $3. I'm just kidding. So Ethereum's good. It's one of the more reliable ones in the system. Then you've got Ethereum 2.0. You've got, I think there's like a light version of Ethereum. I don't know. But these Bitcoins, you could make a Bitcoin. Like we could make an explain everything coin. The problem is it has to have value tied to it. Now, it's harder to create a coin. So what people are in the creator space are doing are creating those NFTs, and then you're paying with a coin. Amanda went to get her haircut, and at this salon she's always gone to, and you could pay them, or they had a QR code and they accepted Bitcoin. She could have paid. That's in Little Rock. She could have paid with her haircut with Bitcoin, and they said. They went on there, or she was talking to him about it. She was like, they were like, do you know about it? She's like, my husband's kind of been getting into it. And they said, we have made 17 grand on top of what we've already done because Bitcoin has gone up. Now, Bitcoin got up to like 50 grand per like, and you picture it like stocks kind of like one Bitcoin is worth $50,000. So that's the amount of monetary compensation to one of those. And now it's gone down. I think it got down to like 28,000 and it's back up in the 30,000 range.
Yes.
Honestly, I think at this point, it's not going away, especially Bitcoin. Now, granted, you got to be careful investing in some of the other ones.
Oh gosh,
because they're dropping like flies. I think there was an estimate they were saying they think around like 90 to 95% of the digital cryptocurrency available now will not exist in 5 years. Like it'll drop and tank and you lose it. It's like investing in a company that might not make it.
So it is not uncommon for a cryptocurrency to lose its value overnight. There are massive swings in value. In hours, your cryptocurrency could lose up to 30 to 50% of its value that fast. So it's almost like how the US dollar got here did not happen overnight. This is hundreds of years. It's gone through all this test of time. Right now, cryptocurrency is kind of like the Wild West. There is a good chance that your cryptocurrency itself will not last, which is why there are some names that are bigger than others.
Yep, absolutely. So the most notable one is obviously Bitcoin. Now, here's the deal. All these other ones we're about to name, when you look at the market, they're like the if Bitcoin is the meteor, they're the tail.
Yeah.
So their rise and fall is literally following the wake of Bitcoin.
Yep.
And so if you're like getting into this, you're looking at it, know that, oh my goodness, it just dropped. You could probably look at Bitcoin and I would assume it just dropped. A lot of these are based around what's happening in those. I'm going to name some of them. So you got Ethereum, another one you've probably heard of, Dogecoin. They call it Dog a lot. It's the one that Elon Musk was pushing a lot. And you probably heard about it if you saw the SNL episode with Elon Musk. He talked about Dogecoin.
And he lost a ton of money right after that episode.
Yeah, because the market, from what I'm seeing, the market it's predictive. So there was a huge spike right before SNL because everybody thought he was going to talk about it on SNL. It's like the hype got big.
yeah.
And then after it happened, it dropped again.
Yep. He mentioned it twice. He did a weekend update and another sketch, and I think it was his opening monologue, and then the price tanked.
Yeah, it did. And then you've got Litecoin is another one, and then we're going to get into something you've probably not heard. Cardano.
Yeah.
Isn't that the place that you can
that
buy used cars from?
Well, you can Carvana.
Oh, Carvana. That's it. Sorry.
I have a story about Carvana if you want it.
I do. Go.
My brother woke up one morning after maybe having a few adult beverages the night before and heard the sound of a truck backing up, a delivery truck with a diesel engine backing up into his driveway, dropping off a new car that he had drunk bought through Carvana the previous day and didn't remember doing it, made a call to them. They said, no, sir, you definitely bought it. He went outside, looked at it, thought it was a pretty good deal, and immediately went out and bought his wife one.
From the same place?
Same place.
So
Carvana.
he called and said, hey, I don't think I bought this. They're like, yeah, you did. Hangs up. Hey, I want to buy another one.
I like this.
Give me another
My
one.
wife wants one.
That's incredible.
That's Cardano. Polkadot is a real cryptocurrency, not to be confused with the up-and-coming DC movie Suicide Squad, directed by James Gunn. There is Polkadot Man. He is a supervillain, and he will be in the movie this year.
Is he really?
Yes. And he is supposedly one of the best parts of that movie. Polkadot is totally different. Stellar. It is an actual cryptocurrency. Tether is one. Chainlink. I could just make these up. It wouldn't even matter anymore.
Banana coin.
Binance Coin is actually a real one. Not Banana Coin, but it's close.
So good.
It's close. How are some of these doing?
Some of them. Okay. So Dogecoin. I'm sorry. Let's start with Bitcoin. So I actually have some. Do you have any money into cryptocurrency?
I don't. I actually have. I'm really close to pulling the trigger. Haven't
Okay.
yet though.
What are you thinking about putting it in?
It was probably going to be Dogecoin.
Okay. Right now?
Yeah,
I mean, it is low right now.
it's low.
So, well, okay. So I'll tell you mine. Can we do this? Can we
Yes,
talk about it? I
please.
mean, we do
Yes,
every
go,
one, I guess,
go.
in our podcast. So I have a little bit of money in Bitcoin. Okay. It's like you sit here and you look at the profits.
It's not cheap.
It's not, I mean, if you want to buy one Bitcoin. So I obviously don't have one $50,000 Bitcoin. I have like partial shares of a lot of these,
Okay.
but I have like $500 into Bitcoin. And so I'm actually up on it because I got in early with a small amount. Then I have some money into Dogecoin and I have Ethereum. So I have both of those. Dogecoin actually was my best one because I was listening to a sports card podcast and a dude on there,
Makes total sense.
Jesse, recommended, hey, Dogecoin's at like 4 cents. Get in on it, hold it for 20 years and see if you can buy a house with it. I'm like, oh, sick. And I was like, all right, cool. And I have like a little percent of money that I invest every month. And so I decided, okay, I'm going to put some money in there.
And you did it.
I tossed, I think I had, I want to say it was like $200, $200 or $400 in there. And it was at 5 cents. Dogecoin got up to 66 cents at that SNL weekend.
Oh my gosh.
So I put, it got up, I was profiting. It was like $6 or $7 grand.
What?
Off of it is what I could have like sold out
Yeah.
at that. Well, my average doesn't look as good on here because my dad called me. I'm out to eat. It was Saturday
I
at
remember
lunch.
this. I remember this.
My dad calls. He's like, hey, I don't have Robinhood set up. It's an app. Robinhood's an app where you can do some Bitcoin stuff, some
Not
cryptocurrency
Kevin
stuff.
Costner.
Not Kevin Costner. And he was like, hey, he said, buy me some Dogecoin. I said, Dad, from what I'm reading,
Dad?
this is kind of the peak of the market. And he's like, I don't care. Just throw me some money. So I put $1,000 of his money. He wanted $2,000, but Robinhood limited me on it. I put $1,000 at the peak.
Oh yeah.
He has lost around $700 on that investment.
Didn't this
But-
happen when you were at the gas station?
Oh, yes, it did. Yes, it did. Which is where all the
This
best
is
decisions happen is
exactly
at the
where
gas
it is.
station. So right now, I'm actually averaging out to be about equal because I made a great purchase time. He made a terrible purchase time.
Yep, that's
And they're
not
almost
good.
equaling each other out. And so Dogecoin, I've got some money in Ethereum. As far as apps go, I use Cash App. You can do Bitcoin through. So
Oh my,
just
I did not
Bitcoin.
know that.
So I've got some Bitcoin in there. I've got Robinhood. Robinhood doesn't have very many cryptocurrencies, but I do Dogecoin and Ethereum through Robinhood. And then I also use Coinbase because Kevin Durant is an investor, and I love Kevin Durant. I'm just kidding. Coinbase has a lot more that you can invest in. And so I have actually what I did, because if I put, $100 in Bitcoin and it goes from 30,000 to 50,000, I'm making $70.
Yeah,
I'm almost doubling, but it's still
ton.
not.
It's still not a lot.
I'm not going to see a huge gain. So what I did was I went in few months ago, and actually it was about 6 months ago, and I put in like $40 on like 4 or 5 different like really small ones that were like penny stocks.
Yeah.
That if one of them pops, that's going to be worth thousands of dollars. Whereas I'm probably going to lose most of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if
But
some
you
of
know
them drop,
that going into it.
exactly. So Ethereum and Bitcoin are your best bets because they're more established. People have attached
Right. Yep.
value to them with NFTs or different projects they're doing. And so like those are the ones that are in there. So all of them, and Bitcoin's down, like all of it's down right now, but I got in kind of early.
Oh,
so
it's
I'm
definitely down.
I'm kind of making a little bit of money, but not a ton. So I'm really just like, I sit on it and don't even look. This is the first time I've looked at it in a couple of months.
Now, if you live, and I know a lot of our listeners live outside of the U.S.,
Absolutely.
if you live in Nigeria or Turkey, cryptocurrencies are banned. So I am so sorry.
Yeah. Why is that? Is it because the banks are like, we are in with the government, we can ban these?
Yeah, there's a lot of control in
Okay.
Turkey and Nigeria.
Okay.
Right now.
Is that the same reason TikTok's banned in India?
It's
of
very
the banks.
similar.
Okay.
Very similar.
Okay.
Most investors, when they look at this, especially so if you talk to bankers, like investors, they do not like cryptocurrency.
Yeah, they talk it down. I wonder why.
So they don't see it as an investment. They see it as speculation. They won't even consider it an investment or investment strategy or something you should put your money in. It's all speculation. Why? Because we're so at the front end of this thing. They see it like, in order for you to make profit, somebody has to pay more for the currency than what you did, and that's why they consider it speculation, because the whole basis of it is like it's kind of like not stable.
Yeah. So it's like
Falls apart.
every other investment.
There it
make.
is. Yeah,
Like-
it just doesn't have enough critical mass to it yet.
Exactly.
There's-
And that's the thing. It's people on it now are early adopters. They're the people that get in before stuff happens. So it's like you could buy an art piece. What is that worth? It's worth what someone will pay for it. Like I could draw something and it's worth nothing unless
Right.
2 people want to bid against it, and it's worth baseball
At
cards.
that point, it's all supply and demand.
It's all based on what people will pay for it. Like a Jordan rookie card went for 20 grand 3 years ago, and now it's going for 800,000 because people will pay that
They
for
want it now. Yeah.
Now it's all supply and demand and how it's being utilized. Once this stuff starts getting attached to actual like everyday purchases, that's when we're going to see the huge increase, because that's whenever the rest of the population gets in on it, which increases everything else. Or it'll drop and it's worth nothing.
Yeah, and then there's a good chance of that if it's a Friday, it could. Monday, it might not be worth anything. If you wanted to go out and buy a cryptocurrency right now, there's a couple things you're going to need. First, you're going to need a digital wallet. Tyler actually has the new wallet.
Yeah, it's on the back line.
I don't
on my
know
phone.
why that just came up, but
It just
it
did. Thanks.
You'll need a digital wallet. You're also going to need an online app that can actually hold your currency. So one of the best or most stable ones that's out there is a program or a website called Coinbase.
Yep.
Basically, it is a trading exchange. These things are all traded. It's literally the exact same thing Tyler just said. Like trading a sports card. You have to find some places willing to buy what you have. You can create a wallet. You can buy and sell other cryptocurrencies. Coinbase is the #1 go-to site if you just want to deal in cryptocurrencies right now. And just beware, it's not going to be stable. This thing is going to be all over the place. So don't freak out over it.
Yep, and that's the thing. It's essentially like the stock market is what you're doing right now until it starts getting to where like I can buy that with Amazon Coin. Like that's the thing. Amazon once companies like that start making their own currency,
this will go.
That's literally that's what TikTok does. If you want to go in to their app and you want to pay to advertise, like I want to pay to boost my post, you can't just pay. Oh, here's $20, boost it. No, they make you turn that into like their coins that they use, and you have to pay. I think
their
it's like
own currency.
Yeah, it's like $100 gets you 2,000 coins. That's what they're saying that's worth.
It's like trying to trade stocks, but gravity keeps going out, and you just don't know what is going to happen.
It's very
so it's a little bit unstable. 3-on-3 is going to be tricky for this one.
Yeah.
I don't even really know how we're going to do this.
This is what I'm thinking. You have $1,000 and you're able to invest it into 3 cryptocurrencies.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
What do you put it in?
Well, does IKEA have cryptocurrency?
Okay, better idea. 3v3. These are 3 companies that make their own, they start their own digital currency, and you're able to put $1,000 into each of those.
Welcome to the party, pal. This is 3v3.
Okay. So
wow.
your first pick
Okay.
was IKEA.
Well,
Great. It's going to
it
take
was
you
one of
there's a
my
lot of instructions to invest in
crap.
IKEA. You have to follow the instructions very closely, and you're going to need to call a friend.
Wow.
So is IKEA your first pick?
No, I mean it's no. I was just thinking that because the names of their words are weird.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
That makes sense.
IKEA.
IKEA was a wee little
I
man.
mean, at the end of the day, I'd have to go with like Google or Apple, but those are two. That's not even fair.
Why? I mean, it's going to be like Bitcoin. It's going to be so expensive up front.
Yeah.
You want to go. It's
Oh,
like you
yeah,
want to
yeah,
invest in.
yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I would probably invest in Tesla. I know their stocks are high,
100%.
but I think they've got a lot of room to grow.
Yep.
I think they're not even near at full capacity. What they're
Okay.
going to do.
So legit, I would say my number one pick is Arby's.
I mean, how could it not? You can get 5 cryptos for $5. 5 for 5. We've got the beef.
roast beef anymore. We have the meat.
Can I tell you something? I legitimately used to eat Arby's before every basketball game. I found that it was the only food I could eat a couple hours before a game and not throw up.
I thought you were saying not crap your brains out.
Wow, I would never speak like that on a children's podcast.
Sorry,
there's
kids.
families listening
All
to
of
this,
you
Neil.
children that are out there trading for cryptocurrencies. Wow. Arby's? I haven't eaten at Arby's at least in 10 years.
Okay, I mean, I haven't done it a lot.
They have
recently.
potato cakes,
Wow, I
though.
feel super shamed right
I
now.
think about potato cakes all the time.
I mean, that's what your nickname was in 7th grade was Potato Cakes. Neil Potato Cakes Great. A lot of people don't know that.
Oh my gosh.
So we need to. Does anybody have a list of all the nicknames Neil had in junior high? It was a big nickname time for Neil. He's going through a lot. He's trying to figure himself out.
Wow.
So
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
that's
What's
so
your
good.
number 2?
Okay, so my number 2 would be SpaceX. I'm only going with
Wow.
Elon
You're
Musk
only going with Elon Musk. Okay.
because here's the deal. You want whoever it is that is the company you're backing, you want them to want to carry it long term and not give up on it.
Right.
How many programs have people started that they dropped with big companies? I know Elon Musk, he leaned into Dogecoin.
Yeah.
He's going to lean into something that is based around his companies. He's going to invest in the other things that invest in there.
That's
When he
amazing.
sent a car to space, was it a Toyota Prius?
No,
It's probably a Tesla.
it was a Tesla.
There we go. Okay.
I would say for my number 2 pick,
Well, you've already picked IKEA and Arby's. So.
IKEA is not really one.
Oh,
It was just
okay.
a-
Well,
it
there's
was a-
take-backs. Go ahead. Sorry. I'm
take-backs.
sorry.
I would say Payless shoe stores.
Oh my goodness, that you're going to be a billionaire.
I mean, how could I not?
I mean,
you said you want to buy when it's low.
Well, is Payless low?
When is the last time you went to a Payless shoe store?
Well, I'll tell you this: I couldn't pay less for it.
I have more likelihood of going into an Arby's than I do going into a Payless. I'm
pretty
but
sure
those are my 2 go-tos, Arby's and Payless.
Arby's Payless. That's a good Wednesday afternoon for Neil. Wednesday afternoon Neil. That's what they used to call you in high school. Wednesday afternoon Neil.
Gosh.
A lot of people don't know.
All right,
that.
your third choice?
The Explain Everything coin.
I was going to say that one.
sorry, man. I said it
That's
first.
my
Can't have
third
it.
one, too.
Okay, well, I'd shake your hand, but I don't want to give you any germs. So there you go.
That's good. Man, that's amazing. We were
Yeah.
literally thinking the same thing.
We really
We
did.
ended on a high note.
We did. Wow.
Yep.
It's the first time we've had a 3v3 where we picked the same player.
No, this happened 2
And it-
episodes ago.
Oh, it did? What did we say?
Well, I think it's happened on our. We can't talk about it on this one because it's only over on our Patreon, which is our pop culture.
That was a great crossover. That's like
Yeah.
Iron Man at the end of the Hulk movie. We need to make a team, but not with Edward Norton,
So
with
did
somebody else.
Samuel L. Yeah, not with Edward Norton or Eric Bana because those 2 guys they out.
Or Terrence Howard.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
I know.
like
he
him.
is not a fan of Robert Downey Jr.
Really?
He's like, I got him in. I
Does he
got
call
him
him
this
Bob-
job, and then
Bob
he got
Downey?
me fired. Bob Downey, yeah.
Bob Downey.
Bobby Downey Jr. BDJ. Bye-bye. Hey, bye-bye.
Well, this has been Explaining Cryptocurrencies. Now you will know more than anyone else at the water cooler, at the toll booth,
At the Zoom call,
at the
because
Zoom
they're not
call.
going in person, probably.
No, you're definitely not going to go in person.
No, unless you live in New York, then they're like, we're going to pay you New York
Hey,
salaries.
next time you're at the DMV and you walk up and they ask you for any of your identification, and you don't have it, you say, listen, I don't have my ID, but I do listen to the Explain Everything podcast, and I know a lot about cryptocurrency right now.
Yeah. And you know what they're going to say? Sold. They're going to give you a Tesla and a spaceship. Hey, thank you guys so much for listening to us. We really do appreciate you dedicating your time to hear our words. Whether you're at the gym, whether you're in a car, whether you're sitting with your family at Thanksgiving listening to this, we really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much, and I appreciate you coming to my TED Talk.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Explain Everything podcast. You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Explain Everything Podcast. We're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, but you're already here. We love you. No, actually, we're in love with you. Thanks for coming on our TED Talk. Bye.